keeping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running me down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're trying to go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But it's in on.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
What? 50. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Drop deep. Go.
Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Touch 50.
They keep it with Penny on first down. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Getting the sack, the 227-pound linebacker, Quan Alexander. Let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Watch the pass. Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike, 54. 12. 54 is Mike.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm coming after you.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Watch one. All right, here we go. Let's go, B, let's go.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And an alley to run. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Set 70, Indy. Get it.
Off play action. McDonald going deep for Hopkins. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. DeAndre Hopkins. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Flushed out right. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Penny will try to punch it in. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
He's checking crack. Gun. Motion.
Another try for Penny. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Carson. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On comes the Seahawk kicker here on 4th down. It's Jason Myers. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Myers' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. They took it all the way to the 1, but in the end, opt for 3.
Just doesn't sound right, does it? If you got all the way down to the 1-yard line, isn't that supposed to be a play in the end zone that culminates in a touchdown for your team?
And per usual, it felt like the guys on the sideline wanted to go ahead and go for it.
Of course they did, but of course head coach, it defers back to him, and he made the decision, let's get 3 out of this, make sure we get some points. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
60 out long. On
2nd down, it's Coleman. Dances by him. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 35. Well, what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, McDonald. It's complete to Hopkins. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun, McDonald. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ready? Rock 57. Hey, we got to get this stop here, team.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Rashad Penny. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, here's Penny. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
56, right there, 56. Check Mike.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Rock it. Ready, go.
They'll run on first down. Coleman. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively. To throw on second down. McDonald. That's going to be caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. DeAndre Hopkins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up. And they finally catch up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there. Nick Bosa, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Rashad Penny, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who is a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Exit. So Mike's going to get it.
From the gun, McDonald. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now it's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeForest Buckner able to record his 5th sack of the season. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ready, set.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Coleman on the toss. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Niner first. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 18 yards, first down Niners. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw. McDonald, and he whips that one incomplete there. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't, because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield, and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Off the play fake. McDonald going deep for Hopkins. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down.
Let's go, baby.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They begin with a run by Penny. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Again, it's Penny. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quan Alexander picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Wilson to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Go 14. Out, 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 out.
On 1st down, Carson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big pickup of 38. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Carson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 29, Wilson, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
Flush to his right. And down inside the 15 he goes. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 14.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the 6-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Far left, far left. Alert flare, flare, flare.
Well, they'll run it again with Penny. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
Green 80. Mike 59.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
For the Seahawks field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So that drive began at their own 3. They wind up getting 3 out of it.
And to me, the mentality to begin the drive, that was probably the key to everything. Let's just make sure we take care of the football, give ourselves some room, and maybe punt it away. Instead, it started at the 3, and it ended with 3 points.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
Hey, foxtrot.
Back to throw. McDonald gets this one to Juszczyk. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Coleman now. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Operating from the gun, McDonald. He finds Coleman. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 36. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback and his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. McDonald on the screen. This is Coleman. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Eric Armstead in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle the...
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. This is Coleman. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
And it's third down.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the gun, McDonald taking a shot for Samuel. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, Wilson. Flushed out right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. It's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Turnover that just got him the football back. Obviously a big one because had they been able to... And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Wilson leaves this one with Penny. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Complete to Jones. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Now a desperation throw, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Come on, set, 8, read.
I'm coming.
Get it.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.